Hi, I'm Maria Johnson, and I'm so excited to celebrate amazing new yoga teachers graduating from our Settled Life 2020 Yoga Teacher Training 200 hours. Here they are.
Find a comfortable position on your mat. I want you to go ahead and lay in a supine position or corpse pose, and go ahead and close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Relaxing your face, your mouth, your jaw, maybe even your tongue. Soften your expression. Release any tension from the day you might be holding on to. Focusing on right here and right now. Allow each breath to find its own natural rhythm. Entering through your nostrils, traveling down through your lungs, into your belly, expanding your belly, and exhaling, traveling back up your lungs, through your nostrils. Focus on the flow of your breath. Place one hand on your belly and one on your chest as your belly rises and falls, your chest rises and falls, as your breath anchors you to this moment. Notice how the inhale is different than the exhale. As you inhale, you may experience cold air traveling through your nostrils and warmer air as you exhale. Does each breath feel different? Notice that. As we turn more inward, you may be distracted by noises, and that is okay. Honor those noises, and then bring your mind back to right now. This is mindfulness. Your breath is going to be your anchor. It will connect you to this moment. Right now, we're not trying to control our breath or change it. We are relinquishing ourselves to our breath. Inhaling and exhaling through your nostrils. Before we move into our asanas, I want to remind you to be kind to yourself. You made it to your mat, and that is enough. You are enough. So as we work through this practice, practice kindness to yourself as you would to others. Anytime you get distracted, remembering coming back to your breath. You are your best teacher, so treat yourself as so. Bring the bottoms of your feet to the mat. Your palms are going to be flat on the ground. On the inhale, circle sweep your arms up, filling up your lungs, and exhaling, dragging those fingertips back down, traveling up your thighs in a slight crunch, just getting our core ready for this practice. Inhaling, circle sweeping up in a snow angel motion, and exhaling, curling back up your left thighs. One more. Inhale, circle sweep your arms up, and exhale, small crunch. Bring your knees to your chest, grabbing onto your heels in Abhanasana. Pointed toes, giving yourself a nice hug. Grab onto your right foot, extending it tall, warming up our hamstrings, not pushing ourselves too far, You may gently release your left foot to the mat, taking a deep breath in through the nostrils. And if it is available to you, extending that left leg out straight, stretching our hamstrings, our booty. If you are ready, you can gently press into your fingers a little bit deeper just to get a little bit more stretch. But remember, we're at the beginning of our practice, so now is not the time to overdo it. We're just warming up. Return to knees to chest and switch legs. Being mindful of which side feels different, being aware if we are starting to clench our jaw or scrunch our expression. Releasing that right foot so feet are flat on the mat. You may also extend your right foot straight. Creating a little bit of heat. Take a nice deep breath in and return to knees to the chest. Apanasa, nice big hug. And release your feet to the mat. We are going to take our right ankle and put it on our left knee, externally rotating our knee outwards, flexing our foot in a figure 4 position. Tee out your arms or in a goalpost position. Inhale and exhale, releasing to the left side. Bringing your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, bring your legs up through center. And exhale, releasing to the other side. Changing your gaze to be over your opposite shoulder. As we're breathing, filling up our side body with all of our breath. Inhaling, bringing our legs up through center, putting that foot down to meet the other one, and switching sides. Bringing our left ankle up to be placed on our right knee, externally rotating out our knee in a figure 4 position. Nice, good inhale. And exhale, falling over to the right side. You can take a look over your opposite shoulder. This is a great hip stretch. Feel it in your side body for sure. Inhaling, bringing your legs up through center and falling to the opposite side. Looking over that right shoulder. Take a nice big inhale, bringing your legs up through center, placing both feet on the mat. I would like you to turn to your sideline position. You can pick your left side. We're going to get ready for revolved belly. So we're gonna go and bend our knees, stack our knees, our hips, extend this arm out straight, bringing this top arm down on top of it so our palms meet. I want you to envision that you have a block right here. So our knees are not going over like this or scooting back like this. We're staying nice and squared. On the inhale, I want you to drag your fingertips on the ground, up over your head, expanding in your chest while still being aware that your knees are stacked. And exhaling, bringing that palm down to meet your other hand and moving with your breath. Inhale, dragging those fingertips overhead, expanding through our chest, and returning back with our palms together. This time, we're going to inhale, continuing dragging our fingers above our heads and releasing into the full expression of this pose. Now, mind you, my shoulder is really far off the ground. That is perfectly okay. Some shoulders might be touching, some might be above. It's important to understand where you're at in your own practice and not compare it to someone else. This is a great chest opener, a little bit of a twist. Very nice, easy pose. Let's take one more big breath in, filling up our side body. And exhaling, returning that palm to meet the other one. Let's go ahead and roll over to your other side. I'm gonna switch this way so you guys can see me better. We're gonna set up the same way. Bringing our knees stacked, hips stacked, arm extended out. Bringing that top palm to meet the other one. So inhale, circling, dragging those fingers on the ground, expanding through your chest, and exhaling, bringing those palms together. Inhaling, expanding through the chest while being aware of our invisible block, and exhaling. One more time in the full expression of the pose. We will inhale, opening up through our chest, and taking nice, deep, nourishing breaths to fill our side body. Again, your shoulder might not be touching. That's okay. Some sides might be different. Like this side, I'm farther down on this side. Every side is different, every person is different. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, returning that hand to your palm. I want you to take your left hand, put it flat on the ground, and push yourself up with ease, coming on your knees, shifting your weight back into child's pose. From child's pose, firmly plant your hands onto the mat and push up into a tabletop position, making sure our wrists are stacked underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. We're going to go through a few cat-cows here. So on the inhale, letting the belly sink towards the mat, tailbone towards the ceiling. And exhaling, curling the spine, tucking the chin into the chest. And again, inhaling, dropping the belly. Breathing deeply here. Roll through a few of these at your own pace. Again, exhaling for cat. Inviting any natural movement, maybe nodding your head yes, shaking your head no. When you feel ready, come back into a tabletop position. Tucking the toes underneath, pressing them firmly onto the mat. Maybe taking a step forward with your hands and raising the pelvis towards the sky as you grow into your first downward dog of the day. Being gentle with our bodies here, maybe pedaling out the feet, taking one heel towards the ground at a time. Just getting comfortable in this new position. On your next inhale, make your way to the mat, taking as many steps as you need to meet your hands. And then just letting yourself ragdoll here. Maybe even giving yourself a generous bend in the knees, letting the belly rest on the thighs, grabbing onto the elbows, and just swaying back and forth. Bring your hands down to the mat. Take a nice big inhale for a halfway lift, flattening the back. Taking your hands to your shins or tops of the thigh, whatever is comfortable for you today. And nice big exhale. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Rooting through the feet, bending the knees and coming all the way up. Circle sweeping arms overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Again, nice big inhale, bring your hands up overhead. And this time exhaling for cactus, bringing hands to the side, puffing the chest. Inhaling, bringing hands behind the back, chest expansion. And big exhale, coming all the way down to the ground, releasing the hands when you're ready for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, taking your variation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale and step the right foot back for lunge. Stretching through the psoas and your hips. And then stepping that foot back for plank position. Keeping our weight over our wrists. We're going to go through chaturanga, so I'll walk you through that to start. Coming onto the toes. Lowering halfway down, so arms are 90 degrees, dropping to the ground, releasing it all. Inhale and come up for cobra, curving the upper back, maybe even hovering the hands. Exhale, back down to the mat. Planting the hands at your low ribs, pressing firmly and coming into up dog. Again, curving that upper back, inviting some natural movement, maybe swaying back and forth here. Making sure our shoulder blades are down and back. Nice big exhale, flip your toes and come into downward facing dog. Take 5 restful breaths here. Maybe choosing to pedal your feet out once again, sending one heel to the ground at a time. Step your right foot between your hands for lunge on this second side, stretching through the psoas. And then stepping your left foot to meet your right for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, taking your variation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rooting down and rising all the way up, bring hands overhead. Exhaling for cactus. Inhale and bring your hands behind your back, chest expansion. Exhale, forward fold. Releasing your hands down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your right foot back. This time coming up to the knee. Bringing hand to heart center. This is a great place to stay. If you would like to take this any further, you can bring hands overhead for crescent and bending through the upper back for a little back bend. Bring hands back to heart center. Bring the belly to the knee. Hands down to the ground.
and step your foot back for plank. Roll through a chaturanga at your own pace, or going into child's pose for rest. So if you'd like to go through chaturanga, you can lower halfway down, take it to the ground, or go into up dog. And into downward facing dog. Take a few restful breaths here. Step your right foot to the front of the mat, between the hands. Bringing the hands up to the knee, and then to heart center. Again, if you'd like to further this, taking hands overhead and bending for crescent. Bringing hands back to heart center, belly to the knee, hands to the mat. Step your left leg up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root down and rise all the way up. Exhale for cactus, puffing the chest. Inhale, interlace the hands behind the back, chest expansion. Exhale, forward fold. Taking it all down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale and step both feet back for downward dog.
From here, we're going to raise our right leg to the sky into three-legged dog. And come to plank position, hugging that knee to the chest. Extend the leg back up, high into three-legged dog. We're gonna do this a few times, so go ahead and bring it back into the chest. And back up at your own pace. Do one more time up to the sky, and now hugging it back into the chest. This time keeping it here, go ahead externally rotate that left hip, dropping that left foot onto the right knee. Now we're gonna go back up into down dog, this time with a figure four position. Nice deep breath here. Keep that knee turned out and bring that right leg into the top of the mat so it's parallel, your shin bone is parallel with the top of the mat. Into pigeon pose. Resting those elbows in front of you. Good. Nice deep breath here. Feel that deep stretch all through your hips. When you're ready, slowly twist to the left side, rotating your upper body. Rest that left hand on the left knee. So we're in a bit of a twist here. Slowly bring that arm around and catch through the right foot. And pressing that foot into the palm. Feeling that stretch all through your quads on the right side, through the psoas. This is a great place to be. You're also welcome to stay in that gentle twist or just stay in pigeon pose if that's more comfortable for you. Breathing nice deep breaths. Let's take one big breath here. And release back down to the mat. Elbows come in front. We're gonna tuck those right toes underneath and rise up back into down dog. Go ahead and pedal out those feet. Feel the difference between both sides. Now raise that right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Come up to plank pose, hugging the knee into your chest. And back up high to the sky. Again, doing this at your own pace. Nice deep breaths. Breathing with your body. Feeling what your body needs. And one more, up to the sky. And hugging that knee into the chest. Externally rotate that right hip this time. Place the right foot on the left knee and raise back up into down dog, into figure four position. Really externally rotating that hip out so we're pressing our knee out. Good. Come back up to plank pose, bringing our right knee down to the mat, trying to keep our right shin parallel with the top of the mat, into pigeon pose here. Now gently rest your elbows in front of you. Slowly rotate to the right this time, placing that right hand on the right knee, a gentle twist in the upper body. And when you're ready, bring that right arm around to the back to catch the left foot this time. And grabbing the left foot. Go ahead and grab the outside of the foot so that your shoulder is opening up your chest. Again, if you feel more comfortable just staying in pigeon pose, you're welcome to do that, or staying in your gentle twist. If you're here, press that foot into your palm. Nice stretch to the quads and the psoas. And release back down to the mat, bringing both elbows to the top of the mat. Tucking that left foot under and rising back up into down dog. Go ahead and tiptoe to the top of the mat now. Exhale into forward fold. Generous bend in the knees here. And root down. Rise up. Circle, sweep your arms up. We come to the center so you can see. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now we're going to do some ankle rolls on the right side. So you want all of your weight on this left leg. Just stretching out that ankle, loosening it up. When you're ready, rotate it in. Now we're going to do a quad stretch. So bring that right foot behind you to meet your glutes, catching it with your right hand. Nice quad stretch on the right side. If you find your knee creeping forward, go ahead and bring it back to meet the other knee so it's aligned with the other leg. Good. Now we're going to slowly bring the knee in front of you and hug it tight to the chest. Nice deep breath here. It helps me for balance. I like to just find a spot on the floor, try to keep my gaze there. And now if this is comfortable, stay here. You're also welcome to go a little further by grabbing the big toe with your peace fingers and extending forward. Keep a generous bend in the knee here. If it's comfortable, you're welcome to extend even further out. Now externally rotate that right hip so you can rotate the leg out to the side. Might be a little shaky here like I am. That's totally fine. Bring it back to center and release back down to the mat. Great. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Nice deep breath. Don't forget to breathe, hands to heart center. Now on the left side, so go ahead and do a few ankle rolls here. All our weight's in the right leg now. Go ahead and reverse those ankle rolls. And when you're ready, bring the left foot to your glutes, doing a quad stretch. Feeling that stretch all through your psoas on the left side, making sure that that knee is back, meeting your right knee. And now bring it forward and hug it into your chest. Nice deep breath. Good. Now you're welcome to stay here again. If it's comfortable for you, go ahead, grab your big toe with your peace fingers and extend the leg forward. You can rest your elbow on the left knee, or you're welcome to extend it completely straight. It's okay if your left side is looking a little different from your right today. Now externally rotate that left hip so you can bring the left leg to the side. Good. Woo. And bring it back to center. And release back down. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. And exhale, go ahead, forward fold.
Okay, from forward fold, plant your hands flat on the mat, giving a generous bend in your knees. And walk your feet out just slightly wider than your hands. Go ahead and lift your toes and rotate from your hips so your toes are pointing towards the corner of the mat. And begin to bend your knees and lower into a Hindi squat. Take a few deep breaths here. And relax. And we are going to play around with crow pose. I'm going to turn to the side. Remember here that we are here to practice yoga, and we're not here to just do yoga. So if you've never tried it before, go ahead and let's play around. Plant your hands flat on the mat and lift your hips up into the sky, rotating your legs parallel. Begin to walk them towards your arms. Bend your knees, get them up as high as you can in your armpits. From here, lifting through your pelvis, go ahead and start leaning forward a little bit into your arms, making a shelf with your arms for your knees. And just rock and just feel that weight transferring into your hands. When you feel ready, you can practice lifting one foot up at a time, taking a few breaths here. And try it with the other side. If you feel more comfortable, you can get some pillows and blankets to put in front of you as you try to lift into your pose. Bringing your toes together and then back down. And just play around here and give it a few tries. And when you're ready, meet in butterfly. Take a few resting breaths here. You can peel your feet open, give yourself a little foot massage. If your hips are calling for a little extra stretch, hinge forward. Breathing deeply. Just reach as far as is available and is comfortable for you. On your next breath, go ahead and walk your hands up to a seated position, extending your right leg out to the side at an angle just as wide as it feels comfortable for you, rotating from your spine and hinging forward towards your leg, If you need to bend, that is great. It's totally fine. Or extend it out long. Allow your breath to bring you into the pose. And just relax. Go ahead and take your right arm, place it in front of your leg, reaching over the top towards your toe. Take a few breaths here. Feeling the stretch through your side body. And slowly return to an upright position. We're going to switch sides. Extending your left leg out, rotating from your spine and hinging forward. Again, bending your knee if needed. And just breathe. And allow your body to stretch and relax into this pose. Take some nice, big, deep breaths. Placing your hand in front of your leg, reaching up and over toward your foot. Getting that side stretch on this side. Don't forget to breathe. You may notice that one side is a little bit easier than another, and that's totally fine. Next breath, let's sit straight up and extend both legs out to a straddle. Keep in mind how wide your legs are, whatever feels most comfortable for you. You can get some blocks to put in front of you. We're going to hinge forward just as far as it's available in your body. Really feel the rotation in your hips. And with each breath, go ahead and lower down. And feel your body become heavy and relaxed. Ashley, put your hands together like you're namasteing and look at me. Tilt your head, but look at me. Yes. Oh, that's it, that's it. When you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands up. So you're in that upright position. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Take your right leg up and rotate it out so your foot is up against your thigh of your other leg. If we're going to be hinging forward, so if it's available, you can place your foot on top of your thigh or keep it down, whichever is fine. Lifting from your spine, reaching up and over towards your foot. And allow your breath to guide you into the pose. Flexing your feet to give your knees some support. Walk back up. Rotate your legs so your knee is now facing towards the ceiling. Take your left hand to the top of your knee, rotating from your spine. Look over your shoulder and reaching your right hand back behind you, looking toward the hand and allowing your spine to do the twist. with each out breath, allow your spine to relax and twist more into the twist. And twist back to the front. Repeat on the other side, taking your left leg up into your right thigh, and again, if available, place it on top of your thigh, lifting through your spine up and over your leg, flexing your feet, and becoming heavy and comfortable into the pose. Walk your hands up to an upright position, rotating your hips so your knees facing the ceiling, placing your right hand on top of your knee and looking over that shoulder, twisting from the spine towards the over that shoulder. And allow the twist with each out breath. Don't force it. Return back to the front. I'm going to turn to the side with both feet planted on the floor and the hands behind your legs. Begin to hinge back and lift your legs into boat pose. You can stay here or extend your arms out long. And you can also straighten your legs and hold. Keep them bent, whatever feels best for you. And don't forget to breathe. More breaths. And over.
We'll return to boat pose. Lift those shins parallel to the floor. If you need to place your hands on your knees for greater support, you can. And go ahead and extend your legs longer. Deep breaths here. We'll do 2 deep breaths in the boat pose. One more. And as you exhale, lower to low boat pose. You can hear the tremble in my voice, that's okay. And come back up. Place your soles of your feet back on the mat. Go down into a supine position. And we'll do a cow face pose from the supine position. Take your right leg, cross your left leg. Reach your arms up and grab your shins and pull your shins into your chest as you let your head and shoulders fall back to the mat. A couple deep inhales and exhales here. One more. Return the soles of your feet back to the mat. Switch sides. Go ahead and take your left leg over your right. Same thing. Reach your arms up and grab your shins. And then settle back down into your mat. Pull on those shins to open up that hip, that external hip. One more inhale and exhale. And return your soles of your feet back to the mat. This time take the soles of your feet and go just wider than your mat. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to take your legs and fall to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fall to the right. center. Exhale to the left. Inhale center. Exhale right. Go ahead and return your soles of the feet back to the center of the mat. This time, let your legs externally rotate and fall to butterfly from a supine position. And take a couple deep breaths here. Now go ahead and plant your feet back down to the mat. This time come up into Apanasana. Grab those feet, pull your legs into you, follow your head and shoulders back to the mat, and go into Happy Baby. So go ahead and reach on the inside of your knees and then to the outside of your feet. Hold Happy Baby for a couple breaths. One last one. Now on exhale, go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together into a supine butterfly position. And exhale, place those feet back to the mat. This time we're going to come into a bridge pose. So think about planting your feet and lifting your hips up to the sky. Go ahead and plant your hands to the mat as you lift, pressing more into your shoulders into a bridge pose. And exhale, come back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One last one. Inhale, stay here for the exhale. It's a great place to stay. Or, if you want to go into the full extension of a wheel pose, you're going to take your hands and place them up behind your head. Come up to your head first. If you need to, place your legs a little bit wider and then lift up into bridge. Don't forget to breathe. Slowly come back down to your head. And then lower one vertebrae at a time. And then we're going to take our hands, place them just above our buttocks, just where your back pockets would be. Lift your feet to the sky and slowly press your hands into your back as you climb your fingers up your back until you come into shoulder stand. Press your elbows, your upper arms into the ground. Keep your gaze up to the sky. Do not go right or left to protect your spine and your neck. 2 more deep breaths here. And exhale, slowly lower back down 1 vertebrae at a time. And as you lower, go ahead and extend your legs out long. Place your arms out to your side. Open your palms to the sky. Deepen your breath. And please close your eyes. I'm going to sit up as we settle into Shavasana. Continue to deepen that breath. As we go deeper into Shavasana, we will practice a loving kindness meditation. One last big, deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, think of someone that you have hurt. And on your exhale, send them healing. continue with that thought, inhale, think of that person that you've hurt. And exhale, send them healing. On your next inhale, think of someone that has hurt you. And on your exhale, send them forgiveness. Continue with that thought. Think of someone that has hurt you. And exhale and send them forgiveness. As we close our Shavasana practice, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly wake up the body. Roll to a side lying position. Come up to a seated seat, easy seat. Again, as we close our practice, Settle Life would like to thank you for practicing with us today. And we pray that when you face disagreements, that you may practice kindness. And we pray when you feel anger, that you will practice love. Namaste.
Oh yeah, and I'm big.
Should I wrap it?
Yeah.
Bring it on?
Oh, I love that. Sarah Lynn. I'm Emily.
Shanae.
Ashley.
Sean!